up, guys? Welcome back to GC Sports. I hope you've been enjoying all of your days. Today, we are here with my NFL Week 17 predictions. I know you guys love this series, and we're going to keep going. Playoffs are almost here. 2 weeks away this season, this week, next week, and then playoffs. So let's just jump right into it. There are no Thursday night football game. There's no Thursday night football game this week. It's just Sunday and Monday. And there's only one on Monday. The rest are on Sunday. So starting, the Cincinnati Bengals are facing the Kansas City Chiefs. The Cincinnati Bengals last week, I predicted them to beat the Baltimore Ravens. And that is just what happened. And the Kansas City Chiefs, I predicted them to lose to the Steelers because Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and a ton of their other best players were going to be out. Well, Tyreek Hill ended up playing, and I was completely wrong with that because the Kansas City Chiefs
from laptop Q606S20.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Pittsburgh Steelers with a final score of 36-10. And by the way, the Bengals beat the Ravens 41-21. So it was Tyler Huntley who was going to play, but then he got injured before the game. So their third string quarterback played. I don't know his name, but he's a random. He's not good. But Cincinnati versus Kansas City. Kansas City, the Chiefs will not have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And for the Bengals, there's no major players out. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning this game and ending the Kansas City Chiefs win streak. Next up, the Indianapolis Colts facing the Las Vegas Raiders. The Colts, I predicted them to win against the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday Night Football. And that is just what happened with a final score of 22-16. The Cardinals have lost how many in a row? Let's see. They have lost how many in a row? They lost to the Rams, then they lost to the Lions, then they lost to the Colts. They've lost 3 in a row. Lions, Rams, and Colts. This is not good for them, especially going right before the playoffs. And then the Las Vegas Raiders, I predicted them to beat the Denver Broncos and sweep the Broncos this season. And that is just what happened with a final score of Raiders 17 and Broncos 13. Really close game. But the Raiders came on top, just like I predicted. And that's good, because if the Raiders lose one game this season, they're out of the playoffs. If they win both games, they are in. So they have to win both the rest of their games, which is against the Colts this week and then the Chargers next week. If this happens, Raiders are in the playoffs. I have the Indianapolis Colts beating the Las Vegas Raiders and the Raiders being eliminated from the playoffs. Eliminated from a chance to make the playoffs. Next up, the New England Patriots facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, I sadly predicted the Patriots to lose to the Bills. I actually went to that game. I got tickets for Christmas. By the way, guys, Merry belated Christmas and Happy New Year. Making this on New Year's Day, I was thinking didn't have enough time to make this video, but I found time. And the Patriots lost to the Bills in New England. And I went to this game with a final score of 33-21. And with this, the Buffalo Bills are now first place in the AFC East. Patriots need to get that number 1 in the AFC East back. So they need the Bills to lose a game and the Patriots to win their next 2. And the Patriots are facing the Jacksonville Jaguars, who lost to the Jets, just like I predicted, which final score 26-21. Zach Wilson had legs. He could run, man. Patriots, Jaguars. The Patriots have lost 2 in a row. The Jaguars have lost, let's see. The Jaguars have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. And they're about to lose 8 in a row because I have the New England Patriots beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. The New England Patriots are still going to be without Nelson Aguilar. He has a concussion. And hopefully Matthew Judon can clear COVID protocols because we need him. By the way, Adrian Phillips just got a contract extension this year, today, 4-year extension. He is a great player. I'm so glad they re-signed him. But I got the New England Patriots beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I think this will be a blowout game. Tennessee Titans facing the Miami Dolphins. The Titans, I predicted them to lose to the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday Night Football. Well, the Titans came back and beat the 49ers 20-17. So I was wrong. And the Miami Dolphins, I predicted them to lose to the New Orleans Saints. Well, on Monday Night Football, Ian Book was starting for the New Orleans Saints. And the Dolphins beat the Saints 20-3. Horrible. They said either Ian Book was going to play quarterback or Alvin Kamara. They chose Ian Book. I bet you Kamara would have done better. And he's a running back. So I was wrong with that one too. But the Tennessee Titans facing the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins have a win streak, and I believe this streak is going to continue on because I have the Miami Dolphins beating the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. LA Chargers facing the Denver Broncos. The Chargers, I predicted them to beat the Texans because that was going to be an easy game. They're just handing them easy games to make the playoffs. And I said, if the Texans win this game, I need to start giving Davis Mills and the Texans more respect. Well, the Texans obliterated the Chargers with a final score of 41-29. Davis Mills looks like Tom Brady, minus the interceptions. And also, the Denver Broncos, I predicted them to lose the Raiders, and they lost 17-13. So it's Broncos versus Chargers. They already played this year, and the Broncos beat the Chargers. And that was in Denver. I have the Chargers splitting the series and the Chargers beating the Broncos in LA. Pittsburgh, we're going to skip this one. It's Monday night. I'll do that one for last. So Buffalo Bills facing the Atlanta Falcons. The Bills beat the Patriots. The Atlanta Falcons, I predicted them to beat the Detroit Lions. And that is just what happened. As it was a final score of 20-16. Well, no talking about this one. This was a really easy one for me to pick. I got the Buffalo Bills beating the Miami Dolphins. But there could be an upset, and I hope there is. Let's go with Atlanta in that game. But Buffalo is going to win. New York Jets facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Jets beat the Jaguars, and the Buccaneers, I predicted them to beat the Panthers. And that's just what they did. Which, it was a very sad game for the Panthers. The final score of 32-6. Cam Newton started, and they took him out in the last 2 minutes of the game and put Sam Darnold in. And they have announced that Sam Darnold will start in this game. What was I talking about? Oh, we're not even on that. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Jets. So, Buccaneers obliterated the Panthers, just like I predicted. And the Jets beat the Jaguars, just like I predicted. Well, once again, this is also another super easy game. Buccaneers beat the Jets. Next. Baltimore Ravens facing the LA Rams. Who, at the start of the season, thought that the Baltimore Ravens would be bad this year? I did not. They are doing horrible. And they're facing the LA Rams, who have a win streak. The Ravens lost, just like I predicted, to the Bengals. Obliterated, with a final score of the Bengals, 41-21. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, what a connection. And they're facing the Rams, who, just like I predicted, I did not predict it. I predicted the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Rams. Well, actually, the Rams beat the Vikings with a final score of 30-23. And I think, with how bad the Ravens are doing, even if Lamar starts, even if he does, the LA Rams are going to beat the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. 49ers facing the Texans. The 49ers lost to the Titans. I predicted the 49ers to win, but this was Thursday Night Football, and they lost 20-17. A comeback win for the Titans. And the Houston Texans obliterated the Chargers. Davis Mills and the Texans need more respect with how they've been playing. And therefore, I've changed my decision on this game. I have the Houston Texans beating the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. It's going to happen, people. I think this would be their third win in a row. It's going to happen. Just watch. Chicago Bears facing the New York Giants. Well, Giants just suck now. Real bad. I predicted them to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. And that is exactly what happened, with a final score of 34-10. And they're facing the Chicago Bears, who they played the Seahawks. And I predicted the Seahawks to win. Well, the Bears won 25-24. And just based on what I said, the New York Giants suck. And Mike Glennon is not a good quarterback. He's their starter right now since Daniel Jones is out. And they have announced that Mike Glennon and their third string quarterback, I don't know who he is, are going to split this game. Are going to both play. Both going to play. And the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields. Or maybe not. I don't know. But remember, I forgot to tell you guys, Chicago Bears, Nick Foles, their third string quarterback, started last week for them. And they won. I don't know who's going to start, but either way, I got the Chicago Bears beating the New York Giants. And guys, going back to one of the games, Houston Texans, San Francisco, I got Houston winning. But Jimmy Garoppolo is out. Trey Lance will be making the start for this game. I believe it's his first career NFL start, like actually starting the game. I want to see him do well. I'm starting him in my fantasy team. I think he's going to do well, but I don't think he's going to get the win against the Texans. But now moving back to where we were, Chicago Bears are going to beat the Giants. And the next one, Washington football team facing the Eagles, which the Eagles beat the Giants like I predicted. And the Washington football team, I predicted them to lose to the Dallas Cowboys. And if they lost, the Dallas Cowboys would have swept them this season. Well, that was just what happened. Only this score wasn't as close as the last one. Cowboys won 56-14. That is the third highest score by one team, 56. Third highest. The highest is by the Washington when they were the Redskins, 72-74. I thought, if you watched my video in the beginning of the year, I said in the NFC East, it's going to be between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington football team. It is between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, the team that did horrible last season. And the Eagles are facing the Washington football team. And I got the Eagles winning in Washington. However, I still think Heineke is their quarterback of the future. He's in his 20s. He's got a long career ahead of him. They should just let Fitzpatrick go. He didn't do anything. He got injured in week 1. They should let him go and just start Heineke. But they never do that. But let's see what they do this year. Dallas Cowboys facing the Arizona Cardinals. I just talked about the Cowboys, the third highest score against the Washington football team. And the Arizona Cardinals, man, how bad they're doing. They lost to the Colts, like I predicted. Final score of 22-16. They are 10-5, second in their division. This is the team that started off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0. This is the team that started 7-0. And they are right now 10-5 and have lost like 3 or 4 in a row. I got the Dallas Cowboys beating the Arizona Cardinals to give the Arizona their 4th loss in a row. And this is not good, especially with them going into the playoffs. They're losing and losing going into the playoffs. That's not good. If this keeps going on, they're going to lose their first game in the playoffs, which is a wild card game. They already clinched, and they already know they're in the wild card because the number 1 seed in the NFC is between Green Bay and Dallas, Packers and Cowboys. In the AFC, it is between the Titans, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Patriots, and the Bills. I think I said Chiefs. Well, Dallas Cowboys are going to beat the Cardinals. 4th loss in a row. Now moving on. Saints facing the Panthers. But by the way, Cardinals, DeAndre Hopkins might miss the playoffs. Just put that in your brain. Put that in your head. But Saints facing the Panthers. The Saints lost to the Dolphins. And the Panthers lost to the Buccaneers. Sam Darnold will be starting for the Panthers. The Saints, I don't know. I hope not Ian Book. Because if Ian Book is starting, I'm regretting my decision. But I got the New Orleans Saints beating the Carolina Panthers. Now, Seattle Seahawks facing the Lions. I'm just going to do this one quick. Seattle lost to the Bears, and Detroit lost to the Falcons. Lions are doing better than they were at the beginning of the season, but I still got the Seattle Seahawks beating the Detroit Lions. And Green Bay Packers facing the Vikings. This is going to be a good game. Minnesota won earlier this season, and that was in Minnesota. Now, this is in Green Bay. Minnesota, last week, lost to the Rams. And Green Bay beat the Browns. 24-22 Packers. And then for the Vikings, it was 30-23 Rams. Beating the Vikings. I have the Green Bay Packers beating the Minnesota Vikings. And now moving on to Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh, which Ben Roethlisberger announced this is going to be his last home game in Pittsburgh. They are facing the Cleveland Browns. Ben Roethlisberger, last home game in Pittsburgh. They're going to get it done. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat the Cleveland Browns. And just like that, that's the week. I could tell you guys right now which teams are already eliminated and don't have a chance to make the playoffs. That are already eliminated. Those teams are, if I can find it, Washington football team, New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers, Seattle Seahawks, New York Jets, Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, LA Chargers. The LA Chargers are not out. Hang on. The Chargers are not out of this. This thing is completely wrong. This is stupid, this website right now. I use this for a lot of things. Whatever, just ignore all that I just said. But there's a lot of teams that can be eliminated. Washington can be eliminated from the playoff contention with a loss. Minnesota can be eliminated with a loss and Philadelphia win. Or a loss and Atlanta win. The Saints can be eliminated with a loss, San Francisco win, and Philadelphia win. And Atlanta can be eliminated with a loss. This is really serious now, and a lot of teams are already out. But guys, let's just go over my record from last week. I got the Bengals game right. I got the Jets game right. I got Buffalo's game right. I got the Chargers game wrong. I got the Steelers game wrong. I got the Raiders game right. 49ers game wrong. Packers game right. Colts game right. Saints game, wrong. Eagles game, yes. Falcons game, yes. Vikings game, wrong. Seahawks game, wrong. Cowboys game, right. So I got 6 wrong. So therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games. I got 6 wrong. So I went 10-6. 10 right, 6 wrong. That's pretty good. Especially with the weeks that I only got like 2 or 3 right. But that's really good for this week. And that's all the games. So let's go over the standings. In the AFC North, first place, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at 10-6. Second, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 8-7-1. Third, the Baltimore Ravens at 8-8. And fourth, the Cleveland Browns at 7-9. AFC South, first the Tennessee Titans at 10-6. Second, the Indianapolis Colts at 10-6. Third, the Houston Texans at 5-11. And fourth, the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-14. AFC East, first we have the Buffalo Bills at 10-6. Second, the New England Patriots at 10-6. Third, the Miami Dolphins at 9-7. And fourth, the New York Jets at 4-12. AFC West, first, the Kansas City Chiefs at 11-5. Second, the LA Chargers at 9-7. Third, the Las Vegas Raiders at 8-8. And fourth, the Denver Broncos at 7-9. Now moving on to the NFC North. First, the Green Bay Packers at 13-3. Second, the Minnesota Vikings at 7-9. Third, Chicago Bears at 6-10. Fourth, the Detroit Lions at 2-13-1. NFC South. First, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 12-4. Second, the New Orleans Saints at 8-8. Third, the Atlanta Falcons at 7-9. And fourth, the Carolina Panthers at 5-11. NFC East. First, the Dallas Cowboys at 12-4. Second, the Philadelphia Eagles at 9-7. Third, the Washington Football Team at 6-10. And fourth, the New York Giants, 4-12. And finally, the NFC West. First, we have the LA Rams at 12-4. Second, the Arizona Cardinals at 10-6. Third, the San Francisco 49ers at 8-8. And fourth, the Seattle Seahawks at 6-10. And if the playoffs were to start today, the teams that would be in, starting with the NFC, 7th to 1st. 7, New Orleans Saints. 6, Philadelphia Eagles. 5, Arizona Cardinals. 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3, LA Rams. 2, Dallas Cowboys. And 1, Green Bay Packers, getting home field advantage and the bye week. In the AFC, 7, the Miami Dolphins at 9-7. Then 6, the Patriots. 5, the Colts. 4, the Buffalo Bills. 3, the Tennessee Titans. 2, the Cincinnati Bengals. And 1, the Kansas City Chiefs, getting the bye week for the AFC and home field advantage. And let me tell you the games right now if this was to happen. It would be Bengals versus Dolphins, Patriots versus Titans, and Buffalo Bills versus Colts. And then for the NFC, it would be Cowboys versus Saints, Eagles versus Rams, and Buccaneers versus Cardinals. Chiefs and Packers would get the bye week. And that is week 16. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on post notifications. Week 17 coming soon, after week 16 is done, and playoffs soon. But that is it for this video. GC Sports, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.